There appears to be a growing tension between the government and private school owners concerning the proposed statutory instrument from the Ministry of Education and Sports designed to regulate the fee structure. The National Private Educational Institutions Association in Uganda, acting as their representative body, is calling for a review of the instrument, emphasizing the importance of broader stakeholder engagement.
We have had provisions of this school fees and charge regulatory framework. We don't agree with some of these because of the way how they were, the compositions, the way how it was formulated, and the way it is supposed to be implemented. The setup, the committees, what it is tackling, it is basically encroaching on their financial resources that help schools to sustain their programs and activities. There are some aspects of this that we concur with, but on a bigger extent, there are things relating to assessment, things relating to school fees, things relating to development in the schools that we contest as private schools. And we think if we are to fine-tune all of these regulatory frameworks, we need greater involvement of the stakeholders.
However, the Ministry of Education and Sports is adamant about the necessity of regulating the fees and school requirements in private schools, citing public outcry as the driving force behind these measures.
It's a guideline they are supposed to follow. If they want to increase school fees, they first consult the permanent secretary and they get the approval of the PS. But they have been increasing school fees irrationally, and there is a very strong public outcry on this subject matter. And indeed it is true, I've told the head teachers, we need to adhere to that guideline. But the good news we have is that Cabinet has approved 12 items that should not be included in school fees. And as I speak, the Minister of Education is already in the process of formulating a statutory instrument this time round. And that instrument, once passed, you cannot do otherwise. If they like, they have to follow our regulation. They have to be governed and regulated.
In addition to their concern about fees regulation, private school owners have raised objection to what they describe as an unfriendly taxation regime, posing challenges to the sustainability of private schools.
Now, when you talk about property tax, you talk about pay as you earn, you talk about paying for staff, and then the other taxes, they become multiple taxes. My appeal to my government is that if we could compose and get a one-stop tax, would be good for a school. But if you have a multiple of taxes on the same institution, it may not be justifiable.
It is hoped that private school owners and government can reach a consensus on the issue of fee structures and other crucial matters, ultimately benefiting the country's education sector. Adiana Kote, UBC.